Hello YouTube friends, welcome to the Red Parrot channel. I'm your host, Mary Ellen. This is a Thrifty Thursday on a Friday. Thrifty Thursday and Thrifty Canucks. Thrifty Canucks hosted by Images by Kim, and Thrifty Thursday hosted by Turquoise Dreaming. I have two very small shops, and I also have some beach combing. I have a morning cup of tea. We've been low on the production this week because I have been low on the mental energy. So that's totally the appropriate response to low energy. Energy seems to be at a point where we can share. So let's go do that. Okay, so first one is some material, which is about, I'm going to say it's about a yard or maybe 2 yards. Yeah, that's about a yard. It's very pretty, lovely material. And I can often never say no. So we're going to get that laundered post haste. Another piece of material, this one, I think. So this is what it looks like. It is, what is it called? Charlotte by Anne Fishkin for Red Rooster Fabrics. Design number 15313. And there's 3 little colors. What is this? This is a yard. So this is the twice the length. So that is, what do I want to say? It's folded wrong. That's what I want to say. So this one edge is the actual length, and that's 2 yards, 2 meters. So another nice, lovely piece of fabric. I will totes take it. This, oh, I forgot. I always forget to take. I can take hooks off clothing, but I always forget when it's this. So this is going to be the second verse, same as the first. This is just really, there we are, that's the right size. Just really like these as crochet shapes. And this is, what is this? This is, looks like two little spots. These. That's that. That is a Billy Bill. Okay, so first fun thing. And Cindy is always going on about price tags, and I feel her pain. So this is a book. It is 50 colorable postcards. So it is like a crayon book, but for postcards. And so they have them listed by sea, forest, field, jungle, and sky. I'm going to go, they may have used 1 postcard, maybe 1, maybe. And so there's little facts. So sea otters hold hands when they sleep in the water so they don't float away from each other. I'm not going to read that. Penguins can't fly, but they can jump almost 6.5 feet, 2 meters, out of the water. Oh, good for them. Penguin poop in parts of Antarctica can be seen from space. Penguins laugh when they are tickled. I've seen zookeepers or people that have contact with penguins. The penguins come in and they run into the person holding their hands down, and they are looking to be tickled. Starfish don't have brains. Okay, so etc., etc. That was all of the sea creatures. Oh, so there's duplicates. All right. Good to know. So that's, I feel like that's the way that should go. That's better. And then forest. What do we have for forest? We have moose. Can feel a fly landing on its antler. Beaver's teeth are orange and never stop growing. Kangaroos. Goats have different accents depending on where they are from. Oh, that's another moose. Beaver, sea otters. We're going to go on a nice slow roll here, because why not? Okay. Here we are. Field creatures. Huh. I would not have called a snail a field creature. Tarantula, cockroaches, grasshoppers, flies. Huh. That's weird. Would not have called them fields. Jungle. Zebra. Elephants. Giraffes, pandas, and sloths. So they use this one. They like the jungle ones. Sky creatures. I'm gonna say there's gonna be birds. Flamingos. Oh, the longest recorded flight of a chicken is 13 seconds. Ooh, owls. Kiwis. And flamingos and chickens. There we are. So I got those because they're animals, they're colorful, they have multiple reasons why they are lovely for junk journaling. Where am I going to put this? Let's put this here. Hopefully it doesn't crash bang. Next one is something called Creative Papers. And it is beautiful paper. Like really, really nice paper. And there is a whack of it. And also a whack of envelopes. Another one of those, they probably bought it, used one, and then we're done. I wonder if it says on the back. It does not say on the back. Does it say on the front? It does not. I'm wondering about the kind of paper it is. Does not say. In any event, I could not walk away from lovely cream paper. One of the things I want to start trying to do more of, and I need to get the paper closer to the printer, is using non-basic printer paper to print on digitals, because certainly for the larger pages, it would allow me to already have an image and then not worry about the backside, and the backside have color already in place. So slurpy slurp, slurpy slurp. What's the rest? Is the rest? Oh no, we're just gonna have to keep moving our way down. Another book sticker. Here we are. I do love an atlas. I keep trying to say no, but I couldn't say no to these because these are really beautiful maps. They're like these colors, and there's lots of them, and I just really appreciated that. So I only have about 17,000 map books at the moment. I need to do something with. Okay, I'm going to start setting the books here. Ooh, maybe we won't. That looked a little tippy. Okay, I'm going to make a big thump. There we are. Sorry about that. Next one is, oh yes, this is Le Post-Impressionnisme, Histoire intégrale de l'art. So this is a French book about Impressionist paintings, and I got it because pictures, because French, and because sturdiness of the paper. And also blue paper, yes. Felt quite successful having found that. And smaller pieces. Oh, there's, what's his name? We know what's his name. Oh. What's his name? Somebody is yelling and saying, so just listen to whoever it is that's yelling and they'll give you the information. But very lovely book. And I had the French book bound before I found this, and it was almost worth taking apart so I could put a blue page in. But maybe what we ought to do is use that for some decoration. I'm not sure. Another thump, slightly less than the last one. Okay, so 2 magazines. Magazine number 1, because everybody, not everybody, Shell and Cindy, at least, there we are, use art images as backgrounds for glue books. They use them for cutouts. They use them in all kinds of tags. Wow, tags. Anyway, so there's some really lovely images in here that can be harvested, I think. That's fun. In any event, I found an art book, or an art magazine, so I felt obliged to get it. Now this one is super weird. Everything is counterculture. I think it's a magazine, because that is, it seems like that's the back. It seems like this binding is deliberate and complete. And when you open it, the top hasn't been cut apart. And the paper is matte, like substantial. And the art background is so funky. So funky. It is 2-tone, blue and red, and put on a cream paper. This is bananas. Like such wild images. So that seems like it's the center. Oh, yeah, forgot to do the. It's just really weird. I'm just going to go through it all just because it's like, it's a thing. What will we call this? Avant-garde art? Some of it anyways. Now there's a way to do your page numbers. So, Value Village had no idea what to do with this, and so they decided to call it a magazine and made it really inexpensive. Bless them. What is next? This is a compilation of The Beaver, 1955 to 1956. The Beaver is a Canadian magazine that focuses on the far north of Canada. So all of the First Nation cultures that are in the Northwest Territories. And it's got some really it is capturing a history, and some of that history is appalling. Most of that history is appalling, let's be fair. And I got it because there's maps and there's other bits and pieces that I think are interesting. And there's also got this book is just nice and sturdy and would make a nice book. Stonework and so forth. Anyways, there we are. That's a thump. What else do we have? Oh yeah. So here's something. This should go with that. So I'm not going to talk about that yet. What else do we have? Oh yes. Well, under the banner of almost no self-control, cards. Because I'm starting to figure out what to do with cards. And it's not like I don't already have a bazillion of them. Okay, these are danger staples. There's one. There's two. Okay. So, first thing, these cards. And Cindy in her recent video got a deck of cards and said, don't feel bad about tearing open bags if you can't tell what the image is. And I didn't tear it open, but you could tell that this was like pulled like that. So I worked for about 5 minutes on the bag so I wouldn't destroy it, but I wanted to do the very same thing. Aren't these gorgeous cards? I love them. They're almost like a heart, like a stylized heart. But could be almost anything you want them to be. And I got them because of that anything you want it to be kind of pattern, as well as the colorway, which was very pretty. Also, 2 packs of these Peppermill Princess Cruises. This one caught my attention because we've been working. Ooh! So look at that! Wow, they meant business with that elastic band. So all of these have the line around them that we can then cut out and make for frames. And this clearly is for hard of seeing people. And that is accessibility in action. Oh, and this is not, this is also accessibility. So I don't know if you can tell that the corners are not the same. These are very small corners and these are very wide corners. And that also helps with the, you have the point here. If you have it faced the wrong way, you have the wrong point. So you can feel the difference as well. That's kind of fun. And so I'm going to, oh, so this one doesn't have the numbers in between, but they do have the big font. And this mark. Maybe that's to help with the visual identification of them. Fun! I've never seen that as an expression of accessibility. This last one, oh, that's a letter M. I don't know what the letter M means. Oh, there we are. So, got 1,000 decks of cards. And while I was done that, I moved 3.5 feet and found this. Ha ha ha. Another deck of cards. Come on. There. So, what do we have here? We have, trains. Oh, trains and horses. Well, I checked. I did. So they have the train deck. And then this is a horse deck. Not a train, not the second train deck. I am not mad about that at all. Courtesy of Canadian National Railways. Calèche et Vue de Québec. Okay, so this is a calèche, which is a horse buggy that's a tourist feature, I think, in the old cities. So we got a bunch of horses and got a train. Not bad at all. And if I were to pick which one I would want, this one or that one, I would pick that one every day because it is a lighter color and it is yellow. And then this one is called Classic Trivia on the Go. Classic Trivia on the Go movies. We should open it. Oh, that was easy. That's been played. That's okay. Oh, maybe not. Hasn't been played because this hasn't been opened. Well, I'm not going to open it yet because that just seems like a lot of work at the moment. So we've got those. Decks of cards. Oh yeah. So you know when you are going to see something in the world and you only ever see one of them at a time, and they're periodic, you know where to go find them, but it's not really accessible to get more than one at a time. This I purchased purely because there was a whole pile of them all at once. Cheaper. And they tried to sell it. Look at these. These are these things. The little sewing kits. And there's a bajillion of them. And I had to get them because there's a bajillion sewing kits. I have no idea where they come from. They're not all the same colors. They're not all the same styles. But I love them to the power of the sun. Because there's buttons, there's pins, there's needles. I know, you make a sewing journal, you can put one of them as a dangle or create a tab, and then you don't use any more of these. But this is my little dragon hoard. I love these. I love this collection. I don't know how it came to be. There's so much information I do not have. And having said that, bless the person who collected these all, tried to sell it, failed at it, and then put it in my Value Village store. Because I really like this. It's just that, it's that thing of, they're all together. So that just pleased me. I don't know that I'm going to use it. It just pleased me. Pleases me to have. So, under the last two pleases me to have, last one is going to be my most pleased. This is my second most pleased. Another French book. I tried so hard to walk away. I tried like 3 times. You do not need a Paris book because you have already completed that book. You do not need it. And then you start to look at it. And then it's like, how could I say no to this? say no to this? Not only is the text useful, the images are spectacular. It is matte. It's like a matte paper. But look at the images. The images are spectacular. I think this goes by arrondissement. Like, ooh, you see my issue. Like, how could you leave that behind? How could you leave this behind? Love that green. Oh yes, and at the end, we started to get into teas and food and flowers and all of, look at that. Macaron, look at all the colors. Another staircase. So you see how it was just impossible for me to leave behind. Ooh, that's pretty too. It's just a beautiful book of style. Oh, I love that. I love that. This was a page that I kept popping open to. Like, you know how there's a book sometimes are worn into a page opening. This felt like it was a page opening book. That has a lot of inspiration in it. What's this? Well, those are postcards and so forth. Mm-hmm. So anyways, I had to get it. I had to get it. Then the last book I purchased. Hang on. I need fortifications for this. It's a little dinged. But this is, you know by touching it, this is real leather. This cover, of course, just amazeballs. Inside, a little plain. It's lost. Is it lost pages? Was it this one? Yes, it has lost pages. There was two. There was one that had a perfect spine, and it had a cover page here that was gilded in gold. Each book was $10, and I could have gotten them both, but the second, I have a use Google Translate when I don't know what the title is or what contents are, and so the other one was a Bible, and I don't like doing Bibles specifically, the religious words, no matter what the words are, no matter how beautiful the font and whatnot. So I left that one behind. This is a catechism book, close, but not entirely. It's German, 1866, and I will just peruse and show you the font. Like, look at that font. That is spectacular. I don't know what the paper type is, but there's spots here where they have like more titles, or so this might be a compendium. So it is religious adjacent, and I could not leave behind this font. It is one of my absolute all-time favorite fonts. It's such a beautiful print, and you can feel the raised print on this paper. Like you can tactile feel that it's raised. Oh, so pretty. Anyway, so I tried to leave it. So I left them, then I came back, then I picked them both up, then I went around the store a bunch of times, and then I put them both down, and then I came back, and it was a whole thing. It's a whole thing to figure out that, you know what, the one I should get is the one that is the one I am most likely to use. The other one also, ooh, wow, look at the page. Oh, that is what you call authentic marking. Wow. So if we ever think we've over inked it, nope, because that's real. What did I want to say? Yeah, so the other book didn't have 2 columns of text. It had the full page like that, and that was the other reason that I chose this one, or is another tick in this one's favor to be able to select this one as opposed to the other one. But there we are. Anyway, so I feel like this is a very Rachel at Roxy Creations kind of book. Ooh, and they've got the raised bits as well. Wow. Anyways, so hoardy book, as she would say, which I'm hopefully not going to hoard. Okay, so that is all of the money exchange thrifting that I did. This is a magazine that is in one of the regions that is close to me that I periodically find my way through. It's a free magazine that sort of talks about, well, you know what, here's what's going on in the city. And lots of interesting things, but they were highlighting strawberry season. And they have 2 pictures that I really like. Blah, 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 blah. So the strawberries for sure. Okay, I missed it. Did I miss it? There. That pink shoe, I think, should go in the French book. It's another French shoe. But also, where'd the strawberries go? There. That one. I just felt they were appropriate. So I'm going to go through this in some detail, pull out the pieces that I like, and then use them in journals. And I went to the beach, and yesterday, we're still shedding sand, are we? Okay. So this bumper crop of beach class, and a combination of this is absolutely unworn, but some beachcombers that I see on the internet will say, oh, this isn't cooked yet, meaning it hasn't had the years and years of wear, or even just a couple of months of wear. I have no idea how fast this gets worn down, but I don't like having them around because there's lots of dogs and children and people and adults that are kicking around, and they're gonna hit that and it's gonna be awful. So I take them out of the system. That's another one that's just, it's a freshie, but there's some here that are just absolutely beautiful. Sort of, that's a mid-range one at the bottom. Like this one is just so yummy. And I also found money. I found 20 cents. So the UK in particular, it's probably just the place that I watch the most mudlarking and beachlarking channels from. Regularly find sea glass that is very, very old, like the Victorian and prior. We don't have that in Canada because we have a different history. And we have a much newer history. So the stuff that we find is going to be old, but nowhere near as old. But they find glass. I can find glass. They find money. I can find money. They find beads. Where are the beads? There's one bead. It's a little butterfly. Little butterfly. And then this one. I don't know if that feels like it might be a glass bead, but I'm not sure. So I found 2 beads. I found some money. Found some glass. They also find prehistoric stuff. And this is crinoids that is in sedimentary rock. And I don't often pick up fossils, but this just seemed like a nice, I don't know, it's like a bird foot. I don't know. I like the pattern in it. And what else? And there's just, so this also is a gemstone. It's quartz. And I picked that up because it's a very clean example, cleanish example of quartz. And I got the bottle caps because bottle caps. And I got these bottle caps because I think I could probably do this with this one. I have a thought about what to do with these. These maybe not so much. I could hammer these into a bell shape, put a bell in, and then create a bell out of it. But we need to workshop it for a while. And then this was in the parking lot, and I got it because it had a grommet on it. And then this is Blistex, which is empty, and they just threw it out. But it's also a container, so if I clean it, I have a nice little container. So I've got a pile of this stuff. Is there any nice blue ones? You can see like the sizes of, that's another bit of floof. Yeah, this. Like that's, you can't tell because of this color of my hand. Let's get a piece of paper that's white so you can see the color. So that's Defo blue, whereas that's Defo white. And green, and then brown. So in order of popularity, we have that, green, white, and then that color. This is the color of a beer bottle, so that's why there's so many of them, because we used to get our beers in a glass bottle that used to look like that. Oh, this one's fun. So I don't know if you can tell. Let me stand up, see if you can see it. Yeah, you can there. That basically says Canada on it, and that is 100% the bottom of the container. And the ones that have shapes to them, like this is also an interesting engineered shape. There's got a seam in it there, and then there's a rise on the side there. And I'm basically a magpie when I go out, just poking around, looking at this and that. And so what is it that we are going to do with this? Well, the wee little ones, I want to make a shaker card, because I think these are great shaker card fillers. And I would like to figure out a way to make this into a thing. I don't know what that means. Like, what kind of a thing? Is it a 3-dimensional thing? Is it a piece of jewelry thing? No idea. But I want to make it into a thing. One of the people that I watch that does a lot of sea glass larking is called Scottish Mudlarks, and the woman is a jeweler, and she showed how she does the drilling into the sea glass, and then she puts a clasp on it, and then becomes a chain, and so on and so forth. And what she needs, what I need if I wanted to copy her method, is to get I think a diamond tip drill bit to be able to drill through glass. And so I'm still considering, there's other ways of being able to do this. You could also wrap it, like wrap it as a seam all the way around, and then put some kind of glass in it. I don't know. It made me happy to go out on the beach for a couple hours though. and I have a supply of stuff that I can use in junk journaling. So that is all that I have been able to get up to in the last little bit as it relates to thrifting. I understand that I had a video that I uploaded that disappeared from the internet, and I deleted it. So I can't upload it. Don't know what it was. We are behind on iCads. We are behind on color boxes, and we need to keep making progress on the French journal. So over the next couple of days, hopefully we will get a little bit of reset, a little bit of catch up, and just be assured that I am doing okay, back on the horse, not going at full speed, but at least we haven't fallen off. So that's always good. As always, thank you so much for joining me. I super appreciate your company and your support. Take very good care of yourself. Stay out of trouble. Love you lots, and I'll see you soon. Bye now.